Big Girl Geek here with a brand new review. I'm here to review Doom Patrol Season 1, Episode 1, the pilot episode. Y'all know what time it is. It's time for the Geek Out. Alright guys, let's just jump right into this review. I need my tea for this, honey. What did y'all think? Let me know in the comments as always. And also, if you are new to my channel, welcome to my channel. Please, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, comment, share, and of course, subscribe for more awesome comic book and pop culture news contents. Alright, so the episode Doom Patrol. Full disclosure, like I said in my trailer reactions to this show, I am not that familiar with it. I have not read a Doom Patrol comic. The only character out of the Doom Patrol that I am familiar with is, of course, Cyborg. So, full disclosure, I'm not that familiar, so if I mess up anything, please know that going in, I am not a Doom Patrol expert. We did get a backdoor pilot on Titans. I don't remember the episode number, but I do believe the episode is entitled Doom Patrol. And please also let me know in the comments if you know this. If this series is taking before or after we see Gar with them on that Titans backdoor pilot. Please let me know that as well too. I mean, I could Google it. I'm sure it's out there somewhere, but if anyone knows, just let me know. Okay, so we start off the episode getting a what do you call it, a voiceover narrative, letting us know what's going on from our main villain, Mr. Nobody, played by the wonderful Alan Tudyk. He is a leaf on the wind, watch as he soar. I love Alan Tudyk. I mean, now full disclosure, I usually love my Alan Tudyk as the hero. But when he's a villain and he's full on villainy, he is full on, and I love him. So we see him. He's Mr. Nobody. He pays all his money to get to become a metahuman, or I don't know if he already had the metahuman gene. That wasn't really established. I think maybe he was just trying to become a metahuman, and his body gets spliced up and sent in other dimensions, and that's how he becomes Mr. Nobody. And that was in 1948 Paraguay. Then we cut to Florida, 1988, and we get Brendan Fraser. His character of Robot Man, who I think is mostly, I mean, we see everyone bits and pieces, but I think this story is mostly about his backstory. I think he had the most time spent on his backstory. And, I mean, I watched this at work, like 8:30 in the morning at my desk. I was not prepared to see Brendan Fraser's naked butt on my screen, giving it to the nanny from the back. But hey, that's the type of show we know, and the type of show we got, and they letting us know early on. So I ain't mad at it, do you? I mean, it was more than what we saw in Doom Patrol with them safe sex scenes between Dick and Corey. So hey. Alright, boobs are flapping everywhere in the nanny's guest house. So we got to see that. Basically, he was a race car driver who somehow down the way, him and his wife, stopped loving each other. He's cheating on her with the nanny. She's cheating on him with the race car driver's assistant. I don't know, with Brendan Fraser's assistant. I don't know about race car drivers, but like the guy that talks to him in the mic. She's like grabbing his genitalia up as he's racing, and that causes a crash, but that's not the main crash that made him lose his body and just his brain. So we do find out later in the episode what that cause was. So we see that. Don't cheat on your wife, I guess, is the moral of the story. Then we get to see Matt Bomer's character, I think Invisible Man, right? Yes, we see him. He was a fighter pilot who was in a crash as well, and that's how he got his powers. And then we get to see, the film actress. Oh my god, I'm confused with her. She's like a blob. I was about to call her Crazy Jane, but she's not Crazy Jane. She turns into like this big blob. I don't know, like I said, I gotta read these comics because, let me look something up real fast, because that just cannot be her main power. Like, how is that helpful? Let me know. How does she really, could she do something else, or is she really just a blob, like the Blob? Like, there was I don't know how old some of you guys are, but there was an old movie called The Blob where there was just like a blob that would suck people up and eat them and all types of craziness. And that's what she reminds me of, but you can still see her face. So she's Elastigirl, right? So, but not really telling me if she has. I'm just looking on IMDb. Negative Man. I said Invisible Man. Child. Negative Man. It's not really telling me if she has any other power besides the blob. Like, I'm trying to see what that does, but that's IMDb. I'm sure I'll Google it, but yeah. So, okay. Negative Man, Elastigirl, Robot Man. We get all of their backstories, and then we see Crazy Jane. Now, Crazy Jane has 60, I think they said 62 or 65 different personalities, and they each have a different power. She is probably going to be my favorite. Quite honestly, I love her. That's like the actress that plays her is on Orange is the New Black. So yes, I absolutely loved her. I thought was great. The way she could just go back and forth between his personalities and not miss a beat. I thought that was great. So Crazy Jane, like I said, and then Elastigirl. Now, her story, when she was in the we saw her get her power. She was filming a movie in Africa. There was a young cameraman or something like that was disabled, who had one arm, and she wanted him gone because she's all about her looks and her beauty, and she didn't like looking at that. Now, you know, that made everybody in the crew upset. The director told her that if she wants him to go, everyone loves him, so she didn't care. Now, she stepped off to her deck to do her scene and fell through the deck into the river. Did they have something to do with that? Because nobody helped her out the water. They were all just staring at her. Did they set her up for failure? Did they know that whatever made her Elastigirl was in the water because like some glowy thing went up her nose? That's what I want to know. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments. I don't know if they set her up. I mean, I have that there. I don't know if they set her up. And then we have, of course, also Chief. Now, Chief is a different Chief than we saw in the backdoor pilot on Titans, yes? We didn't get too much of his backstory. We just know that he brings all these people with extraordinary abilities together, and he gives them a home to rest, because society, of course, has turned their back on them because they're not used to them. Now, they all apparently can live really long, because this went from like the 50s and before the 50s to current 2019, and nobody is aged. Well, of course not Robot Man, but you know what I mean. We don't even see Negative Man, so I don't know. He's all bandaged up. Speaking of Negative Man, his backstory. Fighter pilot who is gay, on the down low, has a wife and kids, crashes and burns, and that's how he gets his power. Now, maybe the moral of the story is, like I said, don't cheat on your wife. Or like I was thinking, don't cheat on your wife. Because everybody's cheating on their wife and bad things are happening. So Negative Man, what exactly can he do? It's like he turns into electricity almost. That looked pretty cool. But like I said, I think Crazy Jane is going to be my favorite. And this episode, they focused a lot on Robot Man. It was more of his backstory than anyone. And we find out that his family, or he didn't get hurt in his racing car accident. He survived that, got a little drunk, tried to make up with the wife, went to pick up his family, and they got into an accident. And Chief had told him that they both had died. He was the remaining survivor, but Crazy Jane told him, no, your daughter is alive. He confronted Chief with this information, and in fact, his daughter is alive, and I can't wait to meet her. Is she going to be a metahuman? I don't know. I can't wait. So I definitely have some comics to read, to catch up on, so I can get more, so I know more about them. Like I said, I'm messing up names and everything. They've just not have, the Doom Patrol is just not on my, like, wheelhouse, or in my, you know, in my world that I wanted to read them. I was more, reading other books and getting into other shows and things like that. But I'm definitely feeling this. It's just so much. The show doesn't take itself seriously or too seriously. Like I said, Alan Tudyk talking over it, making fun of it. At the end of the episode, we got a donkey passing gas, and it wrote in the air. I mean, it does not take itself too seriously. So, I mean, when they all came together at the house and Crazy Jane showed up, they decided to, go out and have a little fun because Chief was away. And of course, Elastigirl went full Elastigirl, full blob, and they had to try and stop her from rolling around and destroying the city, which then exposed them to the people in the city, or the town. This is a small town, which then alerted Mr. Nobody, Alan Tudyk, to where Chief was, so he can get his revenge. And he opened up some type of wormhole, and that's where it ended. And we did not get any mention of Cyborg. I don't think we got a mention, but any mention of Cyborg. We didn't see Cyborg this episode, so he will be showing up episode 2 next week. And it looks like in the trailer that the accident is with his mother instead of his dad. Now, I've always seen it be his father, not his mother. So that's, I think, an interesting take on it that we have not seen, or at least I have not seen. So that should be very, very interesting. So overall, I enjoyed the episode. I mean, it was brighter. I could definitely see it. The lighting was better than Titans. Titans was so damn dark. I'm like squinting. Have to put on my glasses to see it. The lighting is better. Like I said, it's fun. It definitely seems like it's going to be a fun series. Does not take itself too seriously, with some cool special effects CGI and some unique, I should say, powers of these superheroes. But what did you guys think? Let me know in the comments, and of course I can't wait to discuss with you, and I will be reviewing this and discussing the show with you until the season finale. Alright, that's all I have for you guys. Until next time, I'm out of here. Big girl geek out. Peace. Hey, where are you going? You just watched a cool video. Subscribe.